Welcome to another wacky, weird, and/or wonderful. You see? Put the and/or in there because this whole concept is really not working. Because all the games are good, so then they're all wonderful. But then are they a little bit wacky or a little bit weird? Maybe that's how we're going to go. We don't have this nailed down yet, but we're on the third video, folks, and we have to keep going. There's no choice. Welcome to Mother Russia Bleeds, published by Le Cartel Studios en français, with no more French accents. Probably will do more French accents. Published, of course, by the amazing Devolver Digital, who have already featured in this series with the game Genital Jousting. Fully recommend you check out the video and the game on the sofa with your friends. So, as they might say at Le Cartel Studios en français, let's get right into this without further ado. More French jokes come. So what is Mother Russia Bleeds? Well, if you haven't heard of it, this is a beat 'em up. Now, for all you new kids on the block, oh my god, painfully uncool. For all you people who didn't grow up with a Sega Mega Drive, or more correctly, a Super Nintendo, what is a beat 'em up? So a beat 'em up is a side-scrolling game. Oh my god! A beat 'em up is a side-scrolling video game where enemies will come at you, and you're this one guy on your own, and you beat them up. And usually you have a series of special moves, and usually there's one fast character who doesn't hit so hard, one slower character who hits very hard, and then a girl as well. Sorry, that's not me saying anything. That's just how these games are done. Very popular, as I just mentioned, back in the day. Let's see, some examples would be stuff like Double Dragon or Streets of Rage, if you were unfortunate enough to own a Sega console of some sort. So that's the premise here. Mother Russia Bleeds is a modern interpretation of these older beat-em-ups. So let's take a look at it. Okay, there are two main parts to the game. The story mode, which is of course the story for Mother Russia Bleeds. Without any spoilers, it is set in an alternative, somewhat dystopian 1980s Soviet Union. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. I don't want to ruin the story for you. Needless to say, you will be getting involved in a lot of fights for some reason, which I won't tell you. Then there's the arena mode, which is horde wave mode, if that's the best way to describe it. You'll fight wave after wave of enemies with a few boss fights thrown in. I haven't unlocked it yet because my progress through the game is not enough, but apparently it is extremely difficult. I'll try and unlock it and throw some video footage in towards the end. So let's take a look at the story. I've completed the tutorial already, but let's go through it for the sake of showing you what it's like. Player 1, just one player today, folks. Oh yeah, here's your characters. Sergey is your all-rounder. Ivan is your heavy boy. Natasha is your girl. I told you there'd be a girl. Boris is your crazy bastard. And back to Sergey. So we'll go with Sergey. You can also choose a perk. I don't think these are unlocked yet, so go with the syringe. We are ready. I like the style. As you can see, obviously they're going for a retro styled theme. So let's take a look. Press start. There's a cool little character description as well. Okay, press start. Okay, so walk and double walk. Double walk. Run. Yeah, Vlad, always with the theories, conspiracies. Yeah, Vlad. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh yeah. And I... Oh my god, these guys don't give you a chance. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh boy! Oh, look at this guy. He's got a different jumper. Oh fuck me! It's actually genuinely a creepy fucker. Oh my god, he's beating the shit out of me. I think I'm okay. I'm half dead. Oh fuck right off. Oh fuck, we're fighting again. Yeah, real brave. Real brave. At least the hobos tried to rip my face off. Okay, we are into first level of story mode, I guess. Looks like we're in a prison. This dude in the yellow hazmat suit keeps coming in and sticking a syringe in us. And I have a headache. And there are scan lines. Just like a CRT. Just saying what I see. Just saying what I see. Chapter 1, Abducted. Okay, so I'm nearly dead. Let's see what we can do. Nothing, just gonna get out of here. Huh? Oh, we can just walk out? I'm gonna be kicking your ass. This is a really unbelievable conversation for a prison guard, because that's what he is, to be having with a prisoner who has clearly escaped. But anyway, yeah, I will do face mash. LT, I need to. Can I inject myself? Nope. Oh, here we go. I can take this guy's. Oh god, I'm draining his life force. Ah, yes. Now we're good. Again. Again. And then we drain him again. His undead soul shall sleep no longer. Okay, I won't go any further. I'll save my health. Cool music, I must say. Ah. Princess. Jesus. I find it really unlikely that these guys would be so kinky. Let's now take a look at a boss fight. I believe this is the first boss you meet in the prison yards levels, just as you're trying to escape. And he is quite a tough cookie. So as well as regular enemies walking around, you've got this guy firing his gun at you. Every time he fires his gun, you will lose yours. You'll drop your gun. Same if one of these guys here hits you. You see my gun went down again. And as a further complication, you can see that there is a nice laser targeter there for some unseen person with a sniper rifle. So basically with this boss, as with many others, the key is trying to manage all of the other enemies you're coming towards you, manage your health as I'm just doing there, not letting myself get too low, and also learning first and avoiding the boss's attack patterns. They all have their own unique ways of fighting and vulnerabilities, which is really, really cool. I won't spoil them for you, but on this boss, for example, which most people will have seen or reached by now, the trick to it is to wait until he's unloaded all of his rounds like you just did there, and wait until he's reloading, and then you can put 3 to 4 shots into him. So you need to bait him into firing at you, as I'm doing. I keep walking in front of him. Pretty low health at the moment. Hopefully I remember to heal. And he also will helpfully kill the people who are working with him also. As you can see, he has no health bar, just like any of the other enemies as well, so we have no idea how close we are to winning against this guy. This is pre-recorded footage. This is the one where I actually do beat him. Prior to this, I think there are about 10 attempts to get this far. Now, without the pressures of recording and publishing a YouTube video, you may learn faster, but basically you want to learn their attack patterns, how they work, and how to fight against them. There's a really interesting example of it later. Oh, there he goes. When there is like a meat grinder thing coming towards you, and you have to learn how to attack the enemy, because he can't actually be attacked via normal means. So that's a cool little example there of one of the many somewhat complex boss fights that you'll have to get into and do a little bit of thinking about. Here's another level with a completely different style. This is just after you get out of the prison and are working your way through this dystopian landscape. It's really cool. The enemies get quite imaginative. I don't want to say that the haggard ladies in tank tops are anything but the most honest and wholesome ladies, but they do throw used syringes at you, which is an interesting attack style. You can't pick them up and throw them back. Okay, so what is the verdict? What do I think of Mother Russia Bleeds? So, first of all, how much fun is it? Well, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, which I always reckoned would be kind of tricky to keep my interest going, as it once did when I was a younger man in the mid-90s. But actually, the challenge is just right. I've actually knocked it back to easy for the purposes of trying to get a bit further in, and it is still pretty tricky, still pretty tense. All the footage before this was in normal difficulty, and definitely I died a lot, but just like in a Dark Souls game, when you die a lot, do you come back and try and do more and try and play more? And I did, and I was really surprised because recently I decided to go back and look at a lot of past Nintendo and Super Nintendo games, and while some of them, like Zelda, I really enjoyed going back and playing, really sometimes the feeling of nostalgia that you have might overtake the actual reality of how much we've been, well, not spoiled, but how much things have moved on in gaming. Someone recently pointed out to me that they had waited a long time for good graphics, and why would they go back and play older graphics and older style games? And that is true as well. Definitely I agree, but the reason to do so, I suppose, in the example of Mother Russia Bleeds, is because it has a strong identity. This is definitely 1980s future sci-fi Russia, and even saying it like that is probably not doing it enough of a justice, because it really does have its own identity, like it's been plucked right out of a great book, which is really cool. The controls, as you can see, involve simple punching and kicking. They're not that difficult to understand or to use, but to master them and string combos together, I'm still learning that all of the time, and I'm like 10 hours into this now, so that's really kind of cool. The control and gameplay are really great, and really based on a strong heritage from those side-scrolling beat-em-ups in the mid-90s that we all knew and loved. The graphics, as you can see, are pixel-style graphics. They're pretty pixely and shady and undefined in parts, but as I said earlier, I think that that's a really nice style. It's its own style, and it's not trying to be really pixelated just for the sake of it. This is the style of the game, and it goes with this kind of again 1980s post-apocalyptic wasteland feel, which is really kind of cool. The soundtrack is really cool also. As you can hear, it's not so blippy bleepy, which I think a lot of retro indie games make the mistake of doing. You can keep the style of old and retro without using the actual sounds and feel from the time, which, as I've said now, might not be appropriate to somebody who wants to go back and experience something, but in the most kind of modern way possible, if that makes sense. Let's keep this chat going. You can read it in the background. Replayability, definitely a lot. As I said, I dropped it down to easy in order to make progress. I have no problem with that. I'm a big fan of play things your own way, and if you want to play it on easy, play it on easy. Hey, give Dark Souls an easy mode if that's how you want to enjoy the game. It's your game, you bought it. So you could definitely knock it up onto normal or even hardcore. And there's also an arena mode, which we looked at earlier, which offers a lot of replayability. So, in my assessment, I think, as I've said, we have to reassess the whole wacky, weird, or wonderful scale of things, because most games are going to come in at wonderful. We're not going to review any bad games. So it's wonderful, definitely lots of replayability, has its own feel and style, which I'm really enjoying. It's regularly on sale, and if you desire a side-scrolling beat-em-up from the mid-90s with a modern take that hasn't fell into the trap of a lot of games that are trying to do the retro indie thing, then I think you'll really enjoy this. So, thank you very much for watching today, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the YouTube thing, I gotta say it every time. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.